Hello children, in this video we will be discussing about double dimensional arrays. Now we all know that the elements in a single dimensional array are represented by using a single row. In a double dimensional array, the elements are represented in matrix form. What does it mean? That the elements are stored in the form of rows and columns like this. This is the first row, this is the second row, this is the third row. Columns are vertically. First column, second column, third column, fourth column. Now index number of rows starts from 0. So this is the 0th row, first row, second row. This is index number 0 for the first column. This is the second column, this is the third column, this is the fourth column. So if we have to declare an array known as mat, then we will be writing like this. Int matrix, there will be two dimensions. First will be for the rows, number of rows. Second will be for the number of columns, equals to new int. The number of rows here is 3 and the number of columns is 4. This is how a matrix of 3 by 4 is declared, an integer matrix where the number of rows is 3 and the number of columns is 4. And here we write two square brackets to specify that there are two dimensions. First represents the number of rows and the second represents the number of columns. Now if this element is to be entered, we will be writing mat at position 0 0 equals to 5. I have initialized 5 at this position, so 5 will be entered here. If I write mat at position 0 1 equals to 10, that means 0th row and first column, so 10 will be entered here. If I write mat at position 2 and 2 equals to 20, that means row number is 2 and column number is 2. Row number is 2, column number is 2. So at this position we are entering in this cell. At the intersection of row and column, we get a cell. This cell is represented by row number 2 and column number 2. So we can initialize a value directly, or we can use a for loop. Now the for loop to enter elements into a matrix will be a nested for loop. For I equals to 0, I is less than, here it will be 3, I plus plus like this, and inside this the next for loop will be for I j equals to 0, j is less than 4 and j plus plus. This is nested for loop, and here we will be writing mat at position I and j will be equals to the scanner class object dot next int. This is how we are going to enter into a matrix. Nested for loop, outer for loop for the number of rows, the inner for loop for the number of columns, and inside the inner for loop we will be entering each value inside the matrix. So we will be doing certain programs now of double dimensional arrays which will make this concept clear. So children, I will be doing this program. Write a program to store numbers in a 4 by 4 matrix. I am writing DDA for double dimensional array. Arrange the numbers of each row in ascending order and display the result. That means we have to display the new matrix. So it is written 4 by 4 matrix. It means that it is a square matrix. The number of rows and number of columns are same. So first of all, we will be writing import java dot util dot asterisk class arrange public static void main string args, then int and T. I've taken 4 variables here. Then I've declared a matrix M, 2 dimensions, equals to new int 4, 4, like this. Then I've declared a scanner class object, new scanner system dot in. Then system dot out dot println, enter elements of the matrix. For I told you how we have to enter elements. I is less than 4. There will be 2 for loops. For I equals to 0, I is less than number of rows, I plus plus. And then for j equals to 0, j is less than number of columns, and j plus plus. And then inside the j loop, we will be writing m of ij equals to sc dot next int. Like this. This is the end of j loop, and this is the end of I. After this, I am printing this matrix first. System.out.println elements of original matrix are. For I equals to 0, I is less than 4, I plus plus. Here one bracket is missing. Brace open. For j equals to 0, j is less than 4, j plus plus, and then I will be writing system.out.print. The first row has to be printed in all the elements in the first row. With spaces, I will be writing plus slash t, like this. And once the row is complete, then I will write system.out.println. That means a line will be inserted. This is the end of the outer for. After this, I will be arranging all the elements of the first row in ascending order. So the loop to arrange it is given after this. For I equals to 0, I is less than 4, I plus plus. For j equals to 0, j is less than 4 minus 1, j plus plus. Then for k equals to 0, k is less than j minus 3 minus j, and k plus plus should be in small letter. If m at I and a is greater than m at I and k plus 1, then using the temporary variable, we will be interchanging them. M of ik, we are using bubble sorting here. M of ik equals to m of I k plus 1, and m of I k plus 1 equals to temporary variable. So if statement is ending and the three for statements. After this, we are going to print the new matrix elements. System.out.println elements after elements of new matrix. For same loop, should I copy it from here? This loop will be copied, Control C, and it will be pasted over here. Control V. And this is the end of the for. After the for, we will be entering name and the class. So this is the complete program. Now let us save this program with the name arrange, capital A, arrange.java. Now execute this program. I'm writing CLS first. CLS means clear screen. Compile it. If there are any errors in typing, it will show. Yes, there is a semicolon error. Elements of original matrix are. Elements of original matrix are. It should be a semicolon there. I have saved it again. Control S. And I have gone again here. Java C. Now there are no errors. Java arrange. Enter elements of the matrix. Let us take the elements of the matrix as 22, 14, 45 and 10 first, then 87, 67, 90 and 23, then 43, 64, 78, 12, then 2, 5, 65, 21. Now see, the elements of the original matrix are given over here and the elements of the new matrix are given over here. You can see that in the original matrix, the first row, first 4 elements come in the first row, the next 4 in the next row, the next 4 in the third row, and the last 4 in the fourth row. And the first row elements are arranged in ascending order in the new matrix. Then the next 4 elements are arranged in ascending order, then the next 4 and the last 4. So this is the output which is coming absolutely correct. So our program is also correct. I hope all of you have